Before it had a countdown. And now it's just going.
Okay.
Okay, it's fine.
Okay, so should we ask questions?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, so what got you into fashion design?
Well, I kind of got into fashion because I used to walk back and forth Betsy Johnson, the store at 12 Oaks Mall, and I always wanted to wear the clothes. I thought they were so cute, and I ended up getting a job there, just like kind of by chance. I didn't have any retail experience, so it was a huge surprise, and that kind of got me interested in fashion to begin with, but I didn't start sewing until I was about 18 or 19 because I have a very weird body type. I have a very small waist, but I'm kind of busty and I have no hips, so clothes never fit me right. So I started learning to sew just so I could make alterations to my clothes, and I guess the two passions just kind of fused together, and I started designing my own stuff. I think the first thing that I actually really made wasn't actually for myself. I made a prom dress for a friend of mine.
That was the first thing you did?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was pretty much the most terrifying experience of my life because you can't mess that up.
Yeah.
That's a huge day for somebody. And I remember my sewing machine broke the night before prom at 2 in the morning, and I had no way to get it fixed. So I was crying, trying to hand sew everything together.
That's crazy.
I ended up borrowing a friend's sewing machine and finishing it for the day, and she absolutely loved it. And that's kind of what pushed me to really realize that I loved making things for other people that made them so genuinely excited. I've always been an artist, but seeing somebody wear your art and feel better about themselves or their day because of what they're wearing and how that affects their life is just, it's the coolest feeling.
Who is your biggest inspiration?
There are a lot of people who I consider a huge inspiration. Right now, for a fashion designer who's still designing today, I'd say my biggest inspiration is Nietzsche Prada. She's absolutely incredible. Every single season, she comes out with something that's just amazing, and I want everything that she makes pretty much in my closet. She's constantly pushing boundaries, and I really don't think that there's a better designer out there right now. So it's really just the most rewarding thing to see your piece, especially if you are fortunate enough to see it go down the wrong way. And the day of the show is pretty crazy. We get there at close to 8 in the morning, and it's about 12 straight hours of chaos and getting hair and makeup and putting people in the clothes and standing backstage and hoping your model doesn't fall or something doesn't break while she's walking.
Wow.
Her entire piece was designed to be inspired by the idea of Mother Nature, but I called it Telesmater, which is the ancient Greek name for Mother Nature, essentially. And so I had the hat that's over there that went with it, that was inspired by the trellises that lean against the walls, so it's supposed to have the flowers growing up it. That was my final piece, and I actually won Judge's Choice.
So when you start designing something, what's the thought process that starts that?
I mean, it's usually, I get inspiration for pretty much anywhere, so it's just whatever hits me at that moment. I might just see something walking to class, I don't know, and I'll be like, oh, I just got this really cool idea for this. And so I'll start to do some more research on whatever that inspiration was.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Well, the dream, the ideal would be to have my own line, showing at New York Fashion Week or Paris or Milan or somewhere. So hopefully, I know it's kind of ambitious.